Hey everyone, we're at PAX East 2018. I'm at basically the water cooling booth right now. It's ModMyMods, Alphacool, and Watercool all in one booth here at PAX. So technically there's some competition going on, but it's all friendly. So we're going to start here with some Watercool stuff. We've also got the Alphacool Eiskoffer I'll talk about at the end. And the thing I want to start with is the MO-RA3 Radiator. Before that, this video is brought to you by the Evga Z10 mechanical keyboard. The Evga Z10 includes a small display readout top and center, capable of providing hardware monitoring information and Evga precision statistics. The board ships with either MX Brown or MX Blue switches, offers a column of programmable macro keys, a volume slider, a dimmer, and a detachable wrist rest. Learn more at the link in the description below. The reason I want to start with this is because we recently did that hashtag RipLTT stream where a couple of you recommended that for the future we switch our cooling to one of these, because I think we had the Titan V doing something like, I don't know, 500 watts when it was shunt resistor modded, and we were running out of thermal headroom at times. So the idea here, this can fit in its current configuration 9 120mm fans. On the back, they have 2 out of 4 possible 180s fixed to the back side of it. Technically, if we have B-roll of it, it looks like they're spinning against each other, but actually the back ones aren't connected. They're only spinning from all the air going through from the front fans. But either way, so it's the MO-RA3. It can do 9 120s. They have a version that can do 9 140s. You can do 4 180s on it or any other mathematical combination. There are also several brackets, so you can go up in size for fans if you wanted to. Obviously, you wouldn't need to go down. In terms of basic specs, on the side there's a reservoir mount that I'm going to talk about in a moment. There's another one over here. And then it's got a card here that says 110 feet of copper tubes, 30 square feet of aluminum fins. So, pretty large radiator. Anyway, we might be considering that for our next RipLTT2 stream, because the idea is for Pascal, for voltage GPUs, the architecture goes up in frequency for about every 5 degrees Celsius drop in temperature. It's actually extremely responsive to temperature, down to about -10 degrees Celsius, at which point you run into a cold bug. So this kind of thing would help us get an extra couple degrees. Practically, I don't know, I probably don't put in a lot of systems, but for something like that, it makes a lot of sense. Or ultra silent. One last spec on it, can handle about 2 to 2.5 kilowatts of heat, which is a lot of heat. To give you an idea, I don't know how much we were doing in heat, but in just raw power, we were at something like 1,000, 1,100 on that 18 core plus Titan V rig. So next thing, this is a pretty cool heat killer reservoir. And a couple things I want to point out. One, these bars can be customized for color. You can get a raw aluminum if you want to anodize it yourself. It's all made in Germany, and they can do some custom work for you. It's also very easy to twist off and put back on. And the glass is pretty serious stuff. So we had a demo, I think we have B-roll of it, of the rep here hitting the glass with a piece of aluminum, and it holds up pretty well. Now, do you need that for your open loop? No, probably not. But you also don't need an open loop. So, I mean, if you're going part of the way, I guess they figure you might go all the way and get the extra rebuffed glass. But yeah, so that comes up in 100, 150, and 200 millimeter options. It can fit, it either comes blank, it can fit a DDC pump or a D5 pump for the pump options. A couple other things they have here, I mean, just a HEATKILLER IV plate block. This is not news at this point. There's a Threadripper block, not news at this point. We've covered it in the past. However, it opens the door for us a bit on future water cooling content that we've been looking into lately. So other than all that stuff, there's a couple other cool things here. There's a Evga block that has some LED routing options, and we'll be talking more about GPU blocks in the future as well. Last bit of content to cover for this booth is the Alphacool Eiskoffer. So we have some B-roll of this one as well. It's basically, it's $210, and it's an all parts included bending kit. So the idea is it's got a big piece of steel underneath on the bottom. We'll have footage of that. You can mount the different tube bending pieces to it so they can retain the tubes. There's a bunch of different retention pieces on it. It's also got all the different angles, so I mean 0, 30, 60, 90, and then you can obviously split those as needed depending on what you're trying to bend. 360s included as well, a couple of tools, and and then all the mounting hardware so that you can mount all the pieces to the board and get the bend done. Basically, the idea is you buy it and then you don't need anything else for bending ever again. So that's the Eiskoffer. That's been out for a little while now, but it's the first time I've seen it in person, so I thought we'd show it off. That's it for this booth at PAX East. Thank you for watching. Subscribe for more as always. Go to patreon.com/gamersnexus to help us out directly. Store.gamersnexus.net to pick up one of our mod mats. I'll see you all next time.